The Legend of Sakura, Awakening. The steady hum of the Origin Lab was the first thing Sakura heard as the fog of a week-long medicinal slumber began to lift. She opened her eyes, now a deeper, more luminous pink, and found the sterile white ceiling no longer felt oppressive. Her body, once heavy with fatigue and self-doubt, felt light, charged with a low-voltage current that sang beneath her skin. The transition was complete. The weak recruit had been left behind in the nutrient tank. Dr. Kingsley stepped into the light, his shadow long against the polished floor. He didn't offer a platitude or a greeting. Instead, he studied his tablet with a look of clinical triumph. "Your cellular density has tripled, Sakura," he noted, his voice echoing in the quiet room. "The serum didn't just rebuild you, it optimized you. You are the first of a new breed, a living conduit for the EDF's most advanced tech." He led her to a weapon rack that shimmered under a localized stasis field. At the center lay a hilt of brushed obsidian and rose gold. As Sakura's fingers closed around it, a blade of pure pink plasma hissed into existence, vibrating with enough power to shear through starship hull plating. "The cherry blossom blade," Kingsley whispered. "It is keyed to your unique neural signature. It is an extension of your very will." Next to the blade sat a rifle that looked more like a piece of industrial machinery than a firearm. It was a high-energy plasma rifle, sleek and intimidating, designed to punch through the heavy energy shields of invading forces. Kingsley handed it to her, watching as she balanced the heavy weapon with a single hand, her new strength making the massive tool feel as light as a toy. "Testing grounds?" Kingsley commanded. The walls of the lab shifted, retracting to reveal a massive holographic combat arena. Sakura stepped into the center of the grid, and with a mental flicker, she activated her suit. The pink tech armor materialized around her in a blur of geometric plates, locking into place with a series of rhythmic, metallic clicks. She was no longer a ghost in the machine, she was the machine's heart. The simulation roared to life. A dozen training droids descended from the ceiling, their red optical sensors locking onto her. In her past life, Sakura would have frozen in fear. Now, she moved before the droids could even process her position. She was a pink blur of lethal grace, her cherry blossom blade carving arcs of destruction through the air as she dismantled the machines with terrifying precision. From the observation deck, Dr. Kingsley watched the data streams. Sakura's reaction times were off the charts, surpassing the theoretical limits he had calculated. She wasn't just fighting, she was dancing. She transitioned from the sword to the rifle in a single fluid motion, a beam of concentrated plasma vaporizing a droid at the far end of the arena. He smiled, a rare, sharp expression of a man who had finally cheated fate. The drills ended as quickly as they began, leaving nothing but smoking scrap metal on the arena floor. Sakura stood amidst the wreckage, her breathing steady and calm. Kingsley's voice came over the intercom. "Excellent. Remember, you don't need to carry the weight of the armor every hour." A simple verbal command, "Petals fall," will deactivate the suit's combat shell when you are in the safe zones. "Petals fall," she whispered. The heavy plates of the cherry blossom suit hissed and retracted into her base layer, vanishing with a soft hum. Sakura stood in the silence of the lab, feeling the cool air on her skin. She walked to a mirrored panel and looked at herself. The girl who had cried in the dark of the barracks was gone. In her place was a woman who knew exactly what she was capable of. Sakura left the research wing and headed back toward the main barracks. As she walked through the steel corridors, her stride was purposeful, the sound of her boots a steady, rhythmic beat against the floor. She passed a group of recruits who had once mocked her, but she didn't even turn her head. She had a new life, a new name, and a war to win. Captain Sakura had arrived.